Konnichiwa, watashi Claire. Hi, my name is Claire, and I really love eating healthy, and I'm making this video to talk about food and how it connects with our environment and how important it is both to us and our natural world. First of all, I didn't always eat healthy. I actually, as like a lot of Americans, ate a lot of processed food and a lot of fast food when I was younger. But when I was in my mid-20s, I had gotten very sick from eating that kind of food, and I could tell that it was, of course, making me very ill at times when I would try to eat just the typical kind of foods that you find at most stores. And of course I had to give up eating at fast food because it was constantly making me sick. So of course on my journey of trying to change my diet, I had first went for all natural food, and then I found out the reality of how important eating organic is. And of course, a lot of people say that eating organic is a lot of money and way too much of expense, but I've found that that's not always true. I choose to eat organic food rather than buy a lot of things that other people think are necessary. So I look at it as what's more important, your health or other things that people just think are normal and necessary when they probably are actually hurting our environment. So, first of all, I had learned about the importance of pollinators through, of course, eating organic food and understanding that there's a lot of chemicals and different things actually used in commercial farming. And one of the biggest things is the company Roundup, or the product Roundup, I should say. It is very dangerous and sickening to both humans, but more importantly, to the natural world. And I'm doing what I can to make a difference by choosing organic food whenever possible. Of course, now in my life, I had to eat some conventional foods just because it's all that's available. And of course, I understand that's probably the case for a lot of people as well. But I found that eating organic food, first of all, it tastes a lot better, but also I haven't gotten as sick as much like over the years. Unfortunately, because of my new situation and environment, I have gotten a few colds real recently, even just last week. But I think that's due to, of course, the situation I'm in, a lot of stress, and probably because I'm not eating as healthy as I should at times. But at the same time, I know that over all these years, I have made like such improvements to my own health. But there's such a connection with the natural world as well, because food isn't just something that you need to keep your body keep your body going and what tastes good and stuff like that. There's a lot more to it that's more of a deep connection with our planet, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all the different plant life and different things like dairy cows and hens that produce eggs and all the many other like things that people of course choose to eat. And to me, I find there's like something very almost like spiritual about eating plant food for one thing, because I know that when I eat like vegetables or fruits, grains, seeds, nuts, all those sort of things, I know they came from the earth, and it's keeping me healthy and making me stronger and giving me what I need. And one of my favorite foods is miso soup, a Japanese soup that's made from fermented soy. And it's traditionally, of course, it has seaweed, wakame to be specific, and tofu and green onions along with it. But I actually make it myself with just the miso soup, the fermented soy, and wakame seaweed, and I actually like it a lot with butternut squash, and it's really healthy. I mean, I like the traditional way of making it too, with the tofu and the green onions as well. But right now, I can't actually get certain foods at the store, so I just make it with the miso and the seaweed and the butternut squash, and it's really healthy. And seaweed, especially wakame, is so healthy. Of course, it's healthy for your thyroid, which of course is going to keep your immune system healthy. And it has all these vitamins and minerals, and of course, like it also has like omega-3 fatty acids in it. People don't really talk about the fact that seaweed has that, because how does the fish get it? It's from seaweed that the fish are eating. So, an algae, as it would really be called. But it's so healthy, and of course, it keeps your skin healthy and younger looking, and it just there's so many beneficial things about eating seaweed, and it keeps your body thin and not like gain weight. And I also drink green tea as well, and that's another thing that is going to help you to stay thin and keep a healthy body weight. But also, it's very relaxing, and it just has like so many good things about it. It's got antioxidants, as well as seaweed. It has antioxidants. The soy has, of course, probiotics in it to keep your stomach and your immune system healthy. All these sort of things are so important to living a healthy life. And of course, I'm in a situation where people say, well, I don't really have the right to make my decisions on my food and whatever I need, but yet they want me to go to the doctor and take pharmaceutical drugs if I get any kind of health problems. And I personally am not going to go that way. I choose to eat healthy. As long as I have a means to get healthy food, I'm going to choose eating healthy over uh, believing what the medical community says is going to keep you healthy. And to me, it's more than just eating. Like, so many people, they sit in front of a TV and they communicate with each other. They're always like doing this and that while they're eating. And I like doing that with some foods. Like, I love pizza, like, of course, I eat healthy pizza. I love pizza with vegetables on top of it. I used to be just cheese. Cheese pizza is all I wanted. But now I love it with green bell peppers and extra tomato slices. And all those are good things that make a pizza taste really good and healthy. But foods like that, it's fun to be around other people and to enjoy things about life. But with some foods, like when I'm eating Japanese food, I actually like just sitting and listening to, especially like Japanese, like traditional music, because there's something very beautiful about taking the time to eat the food. And it's not about like prolonging it for a long time or anything. It's just, it's like meaningful eating, like understanding what you're eating and appreciating it, because the natural world had given us all this good food, and it's real, it's truly what the earth made it to be. Where fast food and just what most people think of as food is very like loaded with things that will make you sick. First of all, fertilizers, the pesticides, the artificial flavorings and colorings a lot of times, and preservatives, and there's just like countless things that make food actually very unhealthy when it's not the true form that it was meant to be. And also, I found that myself, I live, of course, like a holistic way of taking care of my body. Like, when I get sick, I use like natural medicines, and I take, of course, sometimes supplements that I need. Like, I take iron when I need it. Of course, plant based iron. And just all these sort of things help me to understand the connection with the natural world and how it has always been meant to help us to stay healthy as humans. And so I just like another thing that has nothing to do with like food or anything, but I just found that myself, I love taking walks and looking at the things of nature all around me. Now, where I live now, that is not something that I can do because it's kind of just a very different situation in my life, and a lot more of dangers involved with trying to take walks now. And but before, where I was living, I love walking in the early evening and seeing sunlight like shine like on tree leaves and tree branches, like the light shining through. And there's just something beautiful about that. I would walk and listen to music. Like sometimes it would be like Japanese traditional music, but more often it'd be like punk rock or my like favorite playlists that I love so much, and like, or it'd be like the Beach Boys or music like that. But I just really love that feeling of like looking at the natural world and seeing all this like beautiful things like light playing off of the leaves and the clouds and the sky, and like seeing birds fly by. Like I would be singing like at the top of my lungs, like singing Sheena is a punk rocker, or like Judy is a punk, or like all kinds of like other songs like that. And I'd be like in this like mindset, like being like, I'm a punk, like I love punk rock. But at the same time, I'm like enjoying these beautiful things of the world, of like the natural world. My phone is slipping. uh, but it's just so beautiful, like looking at those kind of things of life. And like, I just, a lot of people like say things to me like make it seem like, oh, you're such a loner, like why are you always alone, and why you always want to be by yourself. And it's not true that I don't want to be by myself. I want to be with like people like that I care about and like love. But I just don't see that need to like be extremely social. That's that's just me. I just don't see the need to have like constant chatter, like like everybody's talking and like saying stuff, and like cuz I take the time to like appreciate things. I take the time to appreciate the music that I listen to, and the world around me when there's something beautiful. Like I can just like sit somewhere and just like look up at the sky and be like, wow, the sky is so beautiful. And like there's a bee like flying by and it's so cute. And I'll be like singing like she talks to trees, she talks to bees, talks to the seas. Uh, that like sounds like me because I do that. I'll be like, hi bee. I'm like, hi, you're such a beautiful tree. And you can think I'm crazy or weird or whatever, but I just love these things of the natural world. And I just hope that more people can just at least take the time to appreciate those things and to really think about what they're doing in a way of their own health, their own connection with the natural world, with each other, all those kind of things. Because I love the people that are close to me in my heart, even though they're like long distance, but still, I love them so much. And I love communicating with them. But in the day to day like situation I'm in, it's like I don't really know anybody that I like really connect with, and I want to like talk to or whatever. So I spend my time like just enjoying things like music and enjoying food when I'm like hungry, and just all these sort of things about the beauty of like the world. And especially now with what's going on, it's so much more important to really connect with something about yourself like in a deeper way, because there's like of course like a massive illness in this world that isn't what they try to make you think that it is, but it's a form of control. And how far does it go? And we need to stop and think about who we are, and we need to make a change now to save ourselves and our planet, because there's only so much uh, that is like talked about in a serious way about who we are. And I can't, that's another thing that is important to me about punk rock, is that it really helps me to understand that, and what they try to make us think is right about life and our world is not really true, because the media and people in general tell you, oh, everything's fine, and just go out and buy this, buy that, buy that. Always all having advertisements for you, and whatever like the major powers that be tell you what to do, you do it. No, don't think about it. But as a punk, I question all that, and I care about freedom as a person. I care about protecting our planet. And punk rock is my voice in a way to believe in something that I know is true. And freedom is very much important. And I think right now it's even more important for us to remember our own freedom, our own bodily freedom, meaning our freedom of our bodies, our freedom of our minds, our freedom as who we are as human beings. So, like, I'm going to stand up for what I believe in and always be true to myself and what is real. So, that's my video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And stay free and believe in what's important to you and make a difference and just stay positive and ultimately be free, be you. And till next time, bye.